evening. We're back for another week of sport at 6 here, both on a Monday and a Friday night, as we look at sport at all levels across the county. Today, meeting the Swindon fitness instructor, nominated for a national accolade.
To absolutely breaking off the scale, basically. I think it'll make everything that I've gone through worth it, because obviously I do my job to help other people and pass my knowledge on to other people.
Also later, Torsby Racecourse and Twickenham, among other places later. But let's begin in the gym. I feel one out already. A Wiltshire fitness instructor has been shortlisted for a prestigious accolade. This is Sam James from Swindon, who's been nominated for the Power 100, and that recognises people with a disability who are seen as influential, be it sport, music, education, commerce. Sam has had cerebral palsy since just a few months old. No one in the fitness industry has ever made the 100, and she's been telling me why she got into fitness and personal training in the first place.
So it all began about 11 years ago, and I actually cracked a bone in my shoulder joint. Through the actual rehab, with physio, after 6 months, I wasn't seeing any progress. And I go to classes at the Link Centre, and they said, the PT in there goes, I've got to work with you. Can you ask if I'm allowed to? So I asked the physio. She said, oh, yes, that's fine. I know him. That's perfectly fine. And within 2 weeks, I couldn't lift my arm above my shoulder height, and within 2 weeks, I could lift it above my head. So I saw that how exercise could actually not only help an injury, but I was noticing that my cerebral palsy was actually improving, and I wasn't falling over as much. I was walking more, and my whole posture started to change. And over time, my PT said, oh, have you thought about doing this for a job? And I said, I have, but I've been put off because people said I can't do it because of my disability. And he said, no, I think you'd be really, really good at it. So I said, well, what do I need? Like, what? I know you've got to get in qualification. So he told me what I needed. And I said, is there anything in particular that I need to work with disabled adults? And he said, yes, there's a separate qualification that you'll need as well. So he wrote it all down for me, and then I went home, was Googling it, and by chance, the first thing that came up was instructability, so we were funded by Sport England, set up by the Aspire charity at Stanmore, and they had money to train up disabled people to become gym instructors and to work in the industry.
So before that, had you been into sport and fitness personally?
Yeah, so I've been, from a child, my brother swam, and I swam from I got 4 or 5. Mum did it because obviously it would help my CP. I did horse riding. I did whatever I could, I did. And then I went to uni, and I just stopped. I just stopped everything. I went through that that uni stage of not wanting to do a lot and just go out, be a proper uni student. and then when I was about 25, I noticed that I was getting stiffer with my CP, my mobility was getting worse, and the doctor recommended that I start exercising. She recommended like Pilates or yoga, but obviously in all beginnings in Swindon it was all those meals. So I did body balance, and I had a great instructor. And then Zumba came out. I did Zumba because I always wanted to dance, but no dance school would take me when I was a kid because of my disability. Or if they did, they'd put me in kids. If I was 10, they'd put me in kids at 4, and that did nothing for my own self-esteem to be around kids more than half my age. So when Zumba came out, I was like, yes, I can finally dance. I can finally do what I really want to do. And it was really going to Zumba 2 or 3 times a week, and after the injury, going to the gym, that I got this really passion for it, and I wanted to help others in the same position as me, or help the health condition, help the disability. Because what I noticed was that if there's a typical class for disabled people, it wasn't aimed at those with physical disabilities, it was mainly aimed at those with learning disabilities. And when you've got someone that has got a physical disability that works, he's quite intelligent, they want to go to a normal mainstream class, but they might feel put off by going to a mainstream class because the instructor doesn't know how to adapt, or the fact that they're the only one that might be sat down in that class, or the only one that might need help getting up and down off the floor. And I wanted to come in to set up my own business so that all my classes are for everyone. So I don't really advertise that they're just for one sort of genre or person. They're for everyone. So that everyone can come in, do it at their own pace and feel welcome in a fun, friendly environment.
So that's Sam James from Swindon, who runs Inclusefit, and she's been nominated. I'm not sure she's found out who by at this moment in time, but nominated for the Power 100, down to the shortlist. You'll find that if she's made the final list in the next few weeks. You can hear more from Sam later in the programme, and she'll tell us a bit more about why Power 100 is so important. I was looking through last year's 100, and there are some well-known names. It's not all about celebrities, but there are some well-known names there. Chris Hunt-Scully from Rawton near Swindon, who hopefully is off to the Paralympics soon. Also Ellie Simmons, the swimmer. Chris Peckham, off the telly, is on there as well. Plus loads of people who've made their name in business and education and commerce and the media and entertainment over the last few years, having a disability. So say more from Sam a bit later on in the programme. Sports at 6, who's been shortlisted for a somewhat prestigious accolade. Sam James has been nominated for the Power 100. That recognises people with disabilities who are seen as influential, be it sport or otherwise. Sam has had cerebral palsy since just a few months old. Earlier, we heard how she got into the fitness industry. Now, Sam says working with people who have a disability as well is rewarding for both her and them.
Because I've got, a neurological condition, and if they've got, another type of neurological condition, they know that I know what they're going through because I go through it myself. We have any disabled person, or if you've got a long-term health condition, it's getting out of bed and getting dressed could take a lot longer in the morning than what, say, you can. So I understand that. Or if they've got a fluctuating condition, I understand that condition one day is good, the next day is bad. Or one week they can actually do a proper workout, the week after they can't. And I completely get that, and because I've gone through that myself.
Different levels. Some people it's going to be a full-on Zumba session. For others, it might be sitting down, just taking it very, very slowly.
Yeah, or even just walk. In my Zumba class, I've got even older adults. I've got people in their late 70s, early 80s doing it, along with people in their 20s, and literally they walk it. They just do it at their own pace. They've got people going really quickly. They're just doing it slowly, gently walking it. Some might be sat down. So yeah, they do it how they want to do it, basically.
Must be rewarding for you because you more than anybody can relate to what they're going through. And I know it's a cliche to say you make a difference, and it's a business. You're doing it to make money. Let's not forget, it's not not being done as a charity, but it must be rewarding for you to see how they come on, not just physically, but mentally. We keep being told, and I agree with this, that the more you can do physically, the better you feel mentally. So it must be a real buzz for you to do this.
It is, especially my PT clients who I work with one-on-one with, and they come to me because they've had bad experiences with previous personal trainers where they haven't understood their condition. So they come and work with me, and I strip it right back. I start at the very beginning, so I don't take off where that other PT left off. I start from the very beginning with them. I build them right up, and I got a client that literally couldn't even walk. She couldn't even pick up a glass. One day she just picked up a glass and drank out of it. And for her, that is huge, massive thing. So for me, it's absolutely amazing to help people become more independent, lead a more independent life so that they can go out the house, so they can go and socialise and do stuff with their friends and family. Because for disabled people, or even those with long-term health conditions, that's a big barrier in their life. They can't go out, they can't do stuff. So if I can help them a little bit, it's just absolutely amazing.
Tell me about the Power 100. It's going to be a new thing for many people listening. So what is it exactly?
They do a short list of the most powerful disabled people in the UK. So basically, you can either nominate yourself or you can be nominated. So I was nominated. You have to hit certain criteria to even get anywhere in there. So this year they had over 700 apply, or nominated, shall I say. Then they whittled it down to just over 600 in the long list. There's about 300 in the short list. So I'm shortlisted into the top 300, and then the judges then judge everyone to who's in the top 100. So if you're in the 100, it means that you're one of the most powerful disabled people in the UK. But even to be shortlisted is quite a big thing, because obviously there's 16 million disabled people in the UK, and to be shortlisted like in the top 300, really amazing.
Yeah, I was looking through last year's sort of final 100, so to speak, and there's clearly a lot of movers and shakers in all sorts of walks of life, the media, business, commerce, but people quite well known, like the likes of Ellie Simmons, the Paralympic swimmer, Chris Hunt-Skelly, who lives in Rawson, another Paralympic we know very well around here, Chris Packham, the wildlife presenter. So they're not all celebrities, but some big names are on there. If you were to make the final 100, you're smiling at this point, if you were to make it, how would you feel? Kind of gets the answer, but how would you make you feel?
I think, one, I've probably been in complete shock, like I was when I found out I was shortlisted, but I think it would make it all worth it, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'd be proud, and I feel absolutely buzzing and off the scale, basically. But I think it'll make everything that I've gone through worth it, because obviously I do my job to help other people and pass my knowledge on to other people. So I think it would mean, not just for me, but I think it would make my clients feel proud as well, because it's because of them that I'm being nominated in the actual Power 100. But also, it's it would do the fitness industry really, really proud, because I'm the first person from the fitness industry to ever be nominated in the Power 100. Because normally people get the sport industry and the fitness industry in one, but actually there's two separate, when you look at it, they're two separate from different industries. They've got completely different governing bodies, all the insurance and qualifications are different. So it's, for me, it's absolutely buzzing to be the first person in the fitness industry to be in that, and to lift the fitness industry up, to show it is inclusive, you can work in it if you're disabled, you will be accepted into it, and it's given that a lift as well.
So that's Sam James, who runs IncluseFit in Swindon, shortlisted for the Power 100. You'll find out in the next few weeks if she's on there.
Weekdays from 10.